Okay, this is going to be the final installment on the Stoker engine, a dummy Stoker engine at that. Took me about close to 3 weeks or more to build it, design it, work from the original drawings, etchings, all of that. Posted some stuff on the internet. I'll put some pictures up at the end of the video. But yesterday and actually Saturday and Sunday, I made this valve, which is the reversing valve. Anyway, I just got to make the lever that goes up here that they pull it up like this, and then paint it, of course. And when I do the piping, I tried to. By the way, I showed some pictures on the internet, and I make my own union L's, union T's, union L's. Put it on any, like on a T, you can put it on any one of the legs, and they're not perfect, but they serve their purpose and they look pretty cool. So just a matter of drilling it out, turning the union down a little bit, and then silver soldering it together. But I try to make the piping so it's radiused rather than a bunch of elbows, because to me that looks too non-scale. A lot of times they had the pipes that were curved, bent, and so on to save the elbow, and not only that, leaks and so on. So, and in the meantime, this morning I went to the steel supply and I picked up some 1/4 by 1/2 hot rolled steel, which that's what this is here. And believe it or not, I'm going to make grates out of this. Now you say, oh, why not get stainless, this, that? You know something? I've been using hot roll for years and years. And the secret behind keeping good grates is to make them so that they're flexible. And what I generally do is I drill a hole on the end 2 pieces, whatever, I make the pieces 3-piece grates. On the end 2 pieces, I make them 3/16 holes and I chamfer them. And then the holes in this, I make about, the center pieces, I make about 225, 230 thousandths. So it's over size of the 3/16. And I generally take some 3/16 cold rolled and weld it, sticking up about that high, you know. And then put, believe it or not, 1/4 inch hex nuts. Just keep sandwiching them together. And then the last one is the 3/16 one again. You put it all together, clamp it, weld a little well on either end, and that's a set of grates. Now the secret is that the grates got to be able to be flexible. Okay? Generally what happens with grates is they expand out, and then ashes get in there, and then when they cool off, they grow, and that's how they grow. And also, if you don't have them able to be flexible like that, it winds up S-shaped, and that's because the center grates, the center of that fire is the hottest point, and that expands out, and the other ones are cool and causes an S. So I spent half the morning making a stop on my band cutoff saw, because I never had one, and now I made that, and now it took me about 15 minutes to cut up 3 lengths of these. They're 20-foot length cut in half. They cost me $10 a length, so that's 30 bucks. And I just set them up against a stop, chopped 3 off at a time, taped on the end so they stay together, and just took me about 15 minutes to do that, and about another 15 minutes to dust them on the belt sander, just take some of the burrs off. And now I'm going to go over in the mill over here, and I'm going to drill holes in there, and I'm going to show you how I do that, and I'll take you right through the process of making the grates. And my personal opinion is they work every bit as good as any other grates. I'll have, they burn out. The secret to it is to make sure you have plenty of air under them. They won't burn out if you got good air, and of course they eventually burn out, but they'll last, I would say these 3 sets that I'm making, $10 a set, it'll probably last me at least 2.5 years, depending on how much I run, of course, but about 2.5 years. So you want to spend all that time with stainless. I never really had much luck with that. It's hard to work in. It work hardens when you're trying to drill it. Oh yeah, you're going to give me the right coolant, the right drill, all that baloney, yeah. You know, that's just a cheap drill. I cut it off, bling, boom, bang, that's it, done. What are you messing around with? You know, going to get stainless and all that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go over to the mill now, and I'm going to show you how I drill these set up. Alright, got the mill set up. Got a stubby drill in here, 3/16 drill. Just the one I cut off and shortened it so it doesn't walk around. You don't have to worry about center drill, just punch it right through. And I got a stop set up over there, and I got one parallel with a spring to hold the parallel tight, and it's clear of this drill. So like this is the other mate to it, it's in a little shorter of the drill so that you don't hit it. And just fire up the mill and you go to 10. Now I got to make 18 of these with 3/16 holes. So I got the readout set just in case. I ain't going to go a little bit faster. Alright, let's see what happens. Two. I got a bucket of them over here to my right. I'm only keeping these up here because I got to keep these separate of the ones I need to have a bigger hole in. These get chamfered too for weld. It's very easy. Production line. World War II. Try to keep a little drag on the stop, on the lock, so that I don't have to keep messing with it. A little bit harder to push it up and down, but it saves me a lot of aggravation. Now it's important that they all be identical, because if you're not, what happens is they won't fit on the rods. Don't worry about the chips. That don't hurt nothing. This is not rocket science. That easy, guys. That easy. Now I'm going to set up, do the other hole. Get them all done. Put these aside. They got to all be chamfered. Do that later. Then I'll set up to do the bigger hole on the rest of them. And just crank them out. No big deal. Alright, it's been quite a number of years since I've done these, and what I just remembered now is I set them up so I just flip them over and do the hole, and that makes it right. So either end don't make no difference. But just for the heck of it, I think I'm going to mark all the ends anyway. Okay, finished up all the small holes. Now I'm doing the bigger ones. Quarter 18, I think, 218, 220, something like that. I don't worry about it. Anyway, we're drilling up these now. And just throw them in a box over here on the floor. Take a little bit longer on these because just one hand doesn't let another one know what it's doing. Just keep going back and forth. Become part of the machine. You want to get fancy, I had the spray mist hooked up. I can put the air here, blow the chips. Well, that's it. That's the last one. We're all done now. All I have to do is just deburr them. They're ready to go. The other ones need to be chamfered. And then I make the rods, start putting them together. So, looking pretty good. We'll see you on the next part. Welding them up now. You can hear the welding machine running over there. Just taking an ordinary 1/4 20 nut, sliding it over, taking the bars that we've already drilled out, and just pack them up. Now this one here, one of them on my set of grates requires that I have 6 on one and then 5 on the other two, so I need the total of 16 altogether. So that's what I'm making up right now. And that's 4. Now the way it worked out on these is that I have 1 extra nut on the end. Now the reason for that is so that when you put the grates together you still got a space. It ain't 2 grate bars put together, hitting each other. Okay. That's it. Set them up and go over to the welder and weld them. Be right back. Okay, here they are. Now let's see, I gotta get the scale here. And I need, well, 7.5 inches. I might need two with 6. I don't know. We'll see. Let me see how that fits in the firebox, and then I'll know. If I have to make 2 with 6 and 1 with 5, whatever it takes, you know. But that's a set of grates. Ready to go, you know. Cheap, $10 a set. What do you want from me? I think I'm getting my safety valve issue straightened out. I got working on a design. I'm going to give it an attempt. I don't know if I'll have it ready for the boiler testing day, but I'll take my time and get it developed. But I'm working on the design, and I think I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. But one of these days I'm going to make me a nice stationary boiler. I can test all this stuff on steam, because that's what ultimately going to work on. So anyway, that's the story on the grates for now. We'll see you next video. Thanks for watching.